Hello and welcome to the grand new season of Free Kick. You're watching FC Goa TV on Prudent with me, Neeraj Prabhu. We have with us, as always, football expert, former India forward Francis D'Souza. The Indian Super League Season 5 has begun and FC Goa played their first match last night. It was a 2-2 draw at Northeast United for Sergio Lobera's boys. Let us set the ball rolling on this new season of Free Kick. And Francis, overall, if we look at the Indian Super League, how exciting has been the wait for you to begin the ISL?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show again. Hello to all the viewers and football fans of FC Goa. In fact, the enthusiasm that you are displaying now at the studio, I think this is also evident with all the fans of FC Goa. And yesterday they might have not been so happy with the results of a 2-2 draw. But this competition, everybody is looking forward for it because it's from your baby in the cradle and to the grandfather. They are all there at the Fatehpur Stadium and eager to cheer on FC Goa. So the enthusiasm is huge. People are looking for this ISL 5 and they expect FC Goa to do better than last year, at least to go into the finals, if not win it. But yesterday's result may be a little bit of a damper for them. But FC Goa fans have to remember, small beginnings have great endings. So with that hope, we have to keep cheering FC Goa.
Looking at the way football is developing in India after ISL, the era after ISL has begun. It's now 4 years done for ISL. We are into 5th year. And we have seen a lot of good results coming in football at various levels for the Indian national teams, maybe it at the under-16 level or under-20 level. Even the senior team seems to be doing consistently well. Most of the stakeholders, most of the people we talk to, the players or the club owners, they believe the ISL is really showing its results and the bigger picture of betterment of Indian football is now being attributed to ISL. Do you agree?
Not exactly, Neeraj, because don't take the credit away of the smaller clubs who are having nurseries and promoting grassroots football. Right. Bibiano has been very rightly in saying and appreciating the efforts of all the coaches at the grassroots level who have developed these talents and they have sent them to the mainstream. Of course, the enthusiasm, the passion, the desire to be a good footballer and the hype that is created by ISL is good for youngsters because you need motivation and you need the drive to go ahead and look forward to be a star one day. And I think especially in Goa and Punjab to a certain extent and even Western Indian Football Association, they have been doing a lot for grassroots football. Sure. And if you see, there are a lot of boys from Goa and from Maharashtra and Punjab who have gone into the Indian team at every age group level. So their contribution also is to be taken into account. And what ISL has really done is brought the motivational factor into the football, which was fading away. There were no crowds coming. So in that aspect, I think ISL has been a tremendous boost for talented footballers.
Right. In other words, ISL has sold a dream to the up-and-coming players.
Yeah, you need a dream, and every player has to dream to be big and come and play on a bigger stage. As far as India is concerned, I think it's a stepping stone to brilliant achievements, ISL, and they are looking forward that financially and to make a name for yourself. I think ISL is the best platform.
Right.
And very rightly, it has boosted the football interest in India.
Surely, if you ask any youngsters today playing in any of the open spaces in Goa, and if you ask them which team would you like to play in future, FC Goa is the most common reply. And to come to the point now, yesterday 2-2 draw to start with in Guwahati for FC Goa. The team that was sent out by coach Sergio Lobera consisted 4 newcomers to the FC Goa side, including Murtada Fall, the defender from Senegal, Carlos Pena, the left back from Spain, while local boy Leonid Rodriguez was also there, and Jackie Chan, the new signing, also was given the debut. Mohammad Nawaz, the 18-year-old goalkeeper, he was signed in the middle of the last season, and then he was into the development side. He has got in into the main team this year, and he was in the goal. Also his debut there for the first team. So overall, did you like the look of the first starting 11 of FC Goa of the new ISL season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way they started the last season was not the way they started this year. I mean, the start was very slow, and obviously they have missed Edu and Brendan in their team. I haven't seen the Spanish flavor in the match yesterday, which they displayed in the earlier competition. I think that was missing.
Perhaps Manuel Lanzarote, who has moved elsewhere, was missed. And he was key to that Spanish flavor last season?
Yeah, you had two players like Lanzarote and Brendan holding on to the ball, allowing the ball to be played around, players to interchange positions, holding the ball for a longer period of time. So that was really missing, because I think they used to give the ball away quicker than what they did by maintaining the possession of the ball.
Right.
I mean, that was really missing, and I think credit also goes to a certain extent to Northeast, who are able to, you know, dominate a little bit in the midfield in the second half, and then get an edge over their rivals, except for the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes when FC Goa came into itself after the substitutions and reinforcement by Lobera.
Northeast United got their first goal. It was like a gift. When the goalkeeper did that blunder, he also put the ball out before he could get back to his position. So that was another mistake by the youngster.
Yeah, I mean, nothing can replace experience. It's the initial jitters that an 18-year-old boy will get in a competition like this, and he ought to make mistakes, and he learns by it. I mean, he has to play by the whistle, not by his intuition.
Right.
You know, if you assume that it is an offside, you know, it's dangerous for a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper should not think that way. And the team has paid dearly for his mistakes. But then it's all a learning process. I mean, he's growing up. It's part of his learning process. But overall, I think he had a good day yesterday. He brought off a couple of good saves.
Later on.
Yeah, from Roland Borges, and
yes.
So that speaks good for him for the beginning of the competition. And I think we'll see better performance from him in the future.
FC Goa had never had trouble scoring goals, like they were the best scoring team last year, and Ferran Corominas was the Golden Boot winner for the ISL Season 4 as he scored 18 goals. Coro is still Boro in front of the goal, and as we saw yesterday, he scored a brace in FC Goa's victory. So scoring has never been a problem for FC Goa, but the problem has been the defense. And the second goal, it seemed like a bit of a lack of coordination between Sana Singh and the left back Pena, as they allowed Ogbeche to steal in and get into position to head that ball home.
Yeah, I think the initial problem why they let that ball inside is you allowed that ball to be crossed into the mouth of the goal. Right. I mean, that was the initial thing that should have been stopped. Shouldn't allow the ball to come in. And if it did come in, you make sure that you get your man inside the box well covered and taken care of. I mean, that's where the lapses happen. And Ogbeche, he is good. He's been the top scorer in the Dutch league. So
he scored 10 goals.
Yeah,
in the Dutch league
he wouldn't let such opportunities go away, and very rightly so. He brought a Northeast back in the game. But as far as scoring is concerned, I mean, thanks to Coro, because I think as long as he is there, I mean, we can expect him to score goals any part of the game. But it's left up also. I mean, we should not depend totally on him. I mean, we should have Mandar and the other players to come in and, you know, help the team in scoring goals also. Because
Jackie Chan missed a couple of good
attempts. I mean, actually, you should be more clinical like Coro is.
Yes.
And that's where it will make all the difference.
Francis, looking at the defense line, they have this new rejigged defense wherein It's a new combination, brand new combination. Pena in the left back area, then Murtada Fall and Sana Singh being the centre back pairing. Saritan, as always, like last season, has been good at the right back position. He did well yesterday for you.
Yeah, I mean there was a very good interception he did yesterday, a very timely one, because the Northeast player was lurking right behind him, and it would be dangerous if he had not got a flick to the ball. And I think Saritan is very confident. It's self-belief and confidence in you that makes you perform better. With this new defenders coming in, we hope they do a better job than what we saw last year. And as the competition grows, I mean, you play a number of games your pre-season. I mean, it's nothing like a competition match.
Sure.
The competition match is a different ball game altogether. It brings out the best in you, or sometimes you have jitters like the goalkeepers. Both the goalkeepers had yesterday, mistiming the flat of the ball, and when Koro had the first goal equalizer. So you know, this is what happens to the competitive match that you play, the first one you play, and then later on your confidence will grow, and that help you to give better performances. And we only hope FC Goa improves their performance with every match.
What was your first impression about the Senegalese, towering Senegalese defender Murtada Fall?
Yeah, I think he's taking time to settle down. He's taking time to know his colleagues, whom he can get support from, and how the game is panning in the midfield. So he is, I think he's trying to get a little vibe of the situation in his team, how steady the midfield is, and you know, the opponents also. He's trying to find out the opponents also. So I think once he settles down, I think we'll see good performance from him.
Normally, if Edu Bedia was available, he would have partnered Ahmed Jahu in the center of the midfield. But local boy Lenny Rodriguez took the place of Edu Bedia. What do you make of Lenny and Jahu's understanding, and how was their chemistry in central midfield?
I think they must have never played together even in practice matches, because Edu is the blue-eyed boy of the FC Goa team. So I think the rapport that Edu, Bedia, Brendan, Jahu and Koro has, and even Bomas to a certain extent has, the understanding after playing so many games last season.
Right.
I think that will pep up the thing. Then you will see better performance from FC Goa. And you can't replace Edu Bedia and Brendan, because they have been playing together and the understanding is very good. So you get good results when the understanding and the fluency of possession football is there.
Right. Lenny Rodriguez has been one of the established names in Indian football, but of late he has lost his place in the Indian national team. So a lot to play for Lenny to get his place in the Indian national team back.
Definitely, you had see
similar for Rolin. He has also lost his place.
See, Neeraj, it's question of self-belief. It's how you discipline yourself and how you motivate yourself. Individually, you should be a complete footballer. And Indian teams, when the coach is looking, maybe Constantine is looking at these players every time he wants to see how the players are performing, so he can pick them up. I mean, unless and until you are individually very good, you display yourself of confidence and technically sound, technical and tactically sound on the ground, I think it's difficult for you to get into the Indian team. You got to play like an individual good player who can contribute to the team, and that's what makes a team very strong. And I think Stephen Constantine will definitely look for these boys who play technically sound, tactically sound, and who are individually very good, and their confidence level is high.
India scheduled to play in the AFC Asian Cup at the start of the next year. Do you think there will be spots open for these players to come into the team, or Stephen Constantine would more or less know his squad for that tournament?
I think the coach should coach, as for me.
Just 3 months to go.
Yeah, as for me, I think 3 months is a lot of time, and I think he must be having an open mind always to get the best performing lad into the Indian team. And if he is playing well in this competition up to December, I mean, I think it's rightfully enough for him to pick up the boy and put him at display there to prove himself.
Right. So there you go. It's a very, very exciting season in front of us. It's going to be a very, very lengthy ISL as well in the history of this tournament, because there would be a couple of breaks for the FIFA window and one lengthy a break for the AFC Asian Cup comes in existence, or will be played in January next year. So India will have a preparatory camp from the middle of December. So that would be a lengthy break. So this time the ISL will be running for 7 months. So with this structure now in place for this season's ISL, how advantageous or disadvantageous it will be for the ISL teams as they look at this lengthy season?
I think you play a couple of matches, you can assess your team, and then you can, if you want to reshape your team or restructure your team, it gives you an opportunity.
So it's good.
So to a certain extent, it's good. But I mean, these competitions are held like UCL, Champions League is being held on this pattern. Even the Premier League has been held with breaks and all. So it doesn't make much of a difference. It gives an opportunity for coaches, the teams, to look out at options for them and try and raise the fitness level of the players. So it's good for the fans, because I think with this break you will get good performance from the players.
So FC Goa now going to the second match, second away game on the trot, and that is on Saturday in Chennai. So going into that match, Lobera may want to bring in Edu Bedia and Brandon Fernandes. So who does he take out from yesterday's playing 11 side?
I think he'll definitely bring in Edu Bedia, because he has the potential of holding on to the ball, playing those deceptive passes, the overhead passes for Koro. And you see, it's difficult for him not to leave Brendan up, because Brendan is a schemer there now. So I think he will have to rest Bumos and bring him like a very constructive and influential sub in the next half, or early or later first half.
And who could make way for Brandon?
I think Jackie Chan will have to go, I think.
Right. Thank you, Francis, for being here with us for the new season 2018-19 ISL 5 season. It's always a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you. Pleasure here.
This has been our first edition of Free Kick 2018-19, the season 5 of Indian Super League. We will be bringing in the FC Goa Prudent quiz as we go along, giving you an opportunity to win tickets for the home games of FC Goa. For that, you'll have to wait for some time, as the first home game is up in 2 weeks' time or so. So it's always a pleasure bringing Free Kick to you, and we enjoy it a lot. I'm sure Francis D'Souza, former India forward, is also really looking forward to having a great season with us here on Free Kick on Prudent. As we take your leave on this first show of Free Kick in the new season, we will leave you with these highlights from the match between Northeast United and FC Goa that was played in Guwahati on Monday evening, and the result of which was a 2-2 draw, with Ferran Corominas being the hero of the match with his brace. Enjoy the visuals and hope you have enjoyed the first edition of Free Kick this year. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.